Have you ever heard about an animal that can climb vertical rocky mountains and live in the most rough places? An intelligent, curious, and surprising animal. It's goats, but I waited. Our story today is not only about a pet on a farm, but also a mysterious being associated with myths, and humans have used it for thousands of years, and he has appeared to him unprecedented actions. Are you ready to discover goats' secrets? So fasten the belt, because what you will hear now may change your view of this simple animal forever. Goat, one of the first animals to be domesticated by humans. Research indicates that goat breeding began more than 10,000 years ago in the Middle East, not only because it is a source of milk and meat, but because he was a companion in traveling and surviving. But goats are not like the rest of the animals. It is characterized by a strange intelligence and a strange ability to adapt. He can live in deserts, mountains, plains, and even in the high rocks. Did you know that mountain goats can climb vertical walls at a 90-degree angle? Yes, and this is not imagination. In the mountains of Alps, Rocky, and in some places in Morocco, goats can be seen while standing on the walls of high-end concrete dams, which carry nothing but its hooves. And how does it do? He possesses hairdressers, enables him to catch the smallest incision in the rocks, as if a professional climber without tools. In some ancient villages, goat was believed to see lives. That is why it was used in mysterious rituals, and even in some sacrifices. In Greek stories, goats were associated with God, the god of wilderness and fear. It was said that his voice terrified the jinn and demons. In some African villages, if the goats look at a certain person, they believe that he will get sick or will be badly lucky. Is this just a myth? Or that goats see what we do not see? Scientifically, goat milk is very rich in useful elements and easy to digest, even more than cow's milk. It is believed to help treat some diseases of the digestive system. Some peoples depend completely, but there are those called golden fluid. Goat is a social animal, but it is also very stubborn. It can be trained, but if he decides not to do anything, he will never do it. Children love him, and perhaps the reason for this is its funny shape and his distinctive voice that sometimes resembles a child's laugh. Have you ever rang in goat's eyes? You will notice that the pupil of his eye is horizontal. This unique shape gives him a very wide panoramic vision, which makes him notice any movement around him, even without turning his head. That is why it is very difficult to surprise goats or approach it without noticing. In one of the villages of the Kashmir Mountains, there was a family that believed that a certain goat brought them luck. This goat was knocking on his door every morning and leading them to places where they find a rare mushroom sold at a high price. This phenomenon continued for months until the goat suddenly disappeared. Then, the family stopped finding any mushroom. The strange thing is that they found the effects of his feet leading them to a dense forest, but they have never seen him again. Family members followed the effects of the feet with caution. They were 5 people, and each of them carries a small lamp, barely shining in a thick fog that began to cover the forest. Trees were long, interlocking branches, and nightbird sounds increased awe. The father said in a faint voice, "This is the last chance, if we met the day, his relative and back." But the younger son, and he was the most attached to the goats, suddenly shouted, "Here, here, Papa." The effects remained deeper, as if he was running. Their tension increased, but they continued to walk until they reached an area that they had not entered before. There was a large goat, like rock, standing in a circle of dry herbs. The strange that the effects stopped at the edge of the rock. They approached her, and they found something engraved on it. A strange inscription similar to goats, but with wings, and under it words in an incomprehensible language. Suddenly, a cold wind came, followed by a familiar voice. The sound of goats, but no one sees it. The sound is going around them, as if he was approaching and then moving away, laughing. Yes, a goat laugh, but it has an abnormal thing, as if it is mixed with the voice of a person whispering. The grandmother said with a trembling voice, "I did not tell you. This was not an ordinary goat. This was a genie in the form of goats, which attracts us to this forest to take his place. Everyone frozen in their places as if the time stopped, until all the lamps were extinguished in one moment. The family remained standing there, in the heart of the forest. No one knows what happened to them after that night.